I'm Jendo with Combat Sports UK.
My name is Kurtis Campbell.
My name's Walsh, and this is the Pink Yank podcast.
And this is the Pink Yank
Please tell me that
podcast.
I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single day.
By the way, I
Please
look
say
okay,
any
I
negative
sound
thoughts.
okay.
I pop off when I hear people say I cannot.
Look
Like,
sexy.
I thought I proved everyone wrong, no big stop, so you better back off and get lost. I'm a
Hello, everybody, and for the first time, welcome in. I am Jendo, joined by the A side of this show, Kurtis of the Pink Panther Campbell. You see the gold in the background. Kurtis, how are you feeling, man? I'm pumped to have you in here.
Boss, obviously, started with the podcast, the Pink Yank podcast, and it's great to be on here, getting something new, different to the career. And, it'll obviously benefit me, so I'm happy with the next step of it.
Something tells me that you are going to be in front of the microphone quite a bit in your career, and this is quite the beginning. But obviously, we're not alone, man. We brought Connor Walsh over, and I'm new to knowing this. I'm the only person who calls him Connor. What's the nickname, man? I forgot it already.
Jeff.
The fight catcher.
The fight catcher. That's not what Kurtis said. That's not what Kurtis said. Oh.
You gotta be careful saying my nickname.
Oh man, I gotta catch up with terminologies, but we've got news, man. It's not often that this early on you can break some news, but Kurtis, you've got your next fight coming up. I happen to have stumbled into a position with the promotion. Looks like we've got some news, man. What's going on?
FCC pulled out the bag, got another belt on the line against the top kid. I think they're flying him in. So, no, I believe no one's else going to take the fight in the UK. And in 66, so they're bringing them in, flying this kid over. He's a good kid, and it'll just show I'm ready to make another big statement and just show why I'm that next step.
Milos Kruk is the name. I believe his record is 9-1. In his last fight, he beat a stud, 15-2 record for him. This is a big fight. This is the type of fight that really can show the level that you're at. And but most of the people in the UK seem to have the same opinion as me, man. You're not the type of prospect we usually see in the amateur scene. This isn't the type of fight we usually see on the amateur scene. But hey, that's not the only title fight. You see Connor over there looking like he's mean mugging the camera a little bit. What's going on for you, my guy?
So FCC have given me another shot as well, and I'm going up to the bantamweight and take the bantamweight title.
Tom Wright is the opponent, man. That's a scrap. That's a scrap and a half. Have you had a deep dive into any of his tape yet? I know the fight's been in the works, but nothing too official. Have you looked at him at all yet?
I never really watched anyone fight, but I was at his fight against Jack Axworthy, the last UKSC. Tom's really good game to have it, and he's going to be as game as me on the night. But we're going to put a pace on. Let's see if we can both keep it.
You can't pay attention to the record, man. He's got a record of 3-4, but he's faced killers, he's faced studs. How do you guys go about getting prepared in the gym? Because I don't know if you guys have any other teammates preparing for that card, but you two are obviously same date. You guys got completely different body sizes though. But Kurtis, you fought at 35. He's fighting at 35. I got to assume you help him out a little bit, right? That's got to be a massive help.
You know who's the real 135 it is?
Gets twizzled now. I'm only messing.
Balmer as well. I think he's preparing. I'm not too sure if he has a match just yet. I think they're trying to get a match. He's another 145, 155 or so. Obviously, we have loads of different bodies across the two gyms that we go to for Connor, because obviously Connor's a 125 really, and he's making up a step. So the 145 and 155, we have a lot of them, but me and Charlie mainly train together for that. So, but definitely, I still do a lot of work with Connor. I drill with Connor like day in, day out, and like, twist them up and that. But nah, he's got a good...
Yeah, I'd assume if you're getting some work in, then he's ready for most 25 and 35 guys. You're not a small.
I've seen when pros 125 and 135s come down and spar. I've seen him put them away. So I have no doubts at all. I know he's going to get the job done in June.
So when FCC approached you guys, was it just kind of they talked to one of you first and then the other? Was it kind of the same time? I know that when they looked at your fight camp, they're massive fans, and I know Kurtis, Adam's actually pretty close to your dad as well.
Yeah, I've got a good relationship with Adam. He's always treated me dead well, and I have a lot of time for him. So to get this fight, it was supposed to happen in March when on the same card as Conor won his flyweight title. So I just couldn't get a match, and that was not Adam's fault because he genuinely couldn't get a match at that point. I don't think in the UK, Ireland, or anywhere else was taking that fight. I believe he tested a lot of people, and obviously no one could make it. So, like, for Adam to get me an opponent and do what he's doing and flying this person in, it means a lot to me because it gets me another fight, an amateur, before I start looking at pro ranks.
Well, the UK scene is popping, and especially for me coming from the States, I can actually relate to a lot of the people out here who don't know much of what's going on. Because when I got into it, I didn't either. It's popping off, but to have the type of fights that'll take it to the next level, we are going to get to a point where guys have to start getting flown out. On the amateur scene, yeah, the losses, there's a lot of guys who have the right mindset where, hey, a loss will let you grow. But a lot of people don't want to fight Kurtis Campbell right now. A lot of people don't want to fight. There's a few names out there right now. I'm blanking hard, but right now, Stringer and you are two that I guarantee no one wants to fight. And realistically, that top 3, top 4, top 5 of 45 to 55 is the same exact guys. It's the same exact guys, and we're not seeing it play out. So it's a little rough.
And in that 145 and 155, there's the same one who's there, and that shouldn't be at the top because now he's not active. He's nowhere near as active. To be honest, no one really knows who he is. Do you know what I mean?
Well, let's jump into that now because we were going to talk about it later. But realistically, man, Tapology's rankings, right? We have to touch on them. They're a massive issue. I get that they cannot be so up to date with every promotion. Some promotions you can't find a fight card, you can't find results. But realistically, it's as simple as going to an Instagram page for most of the UK stuff, and your guys' results aren't getting updated. The rankings are genuinely terrible. I've seen some guys in the rankings who haven't fought 4 or 5 years, and they hold their spot, but no one's really moving in terms of the guys that are fighting. I got no idea what's going on. And in terms of the fighters, how do you guys feel about it? Because you guys have to get a little frustrated knowing that that's the rankings you guys kind of affiliate yourself with, and it's dormant. It's not really working.
Yeah, obviously it's not nice to see because obviously training day in, day out and working my ass off, and like it's not the result that I want and to be shown as the pound for pound best amateur. It's not coming through because there's people who are inactive on this website, so it's not fair. And especially with Conor as well, like you've got your own little situation, haven't you, with them?
Yeah, there's even like pros that are above me. The people that have turned pro and have pro fights, and they're still above me in it. Like I don't get it at all. They're saying I'm 10th in the rankings, and some of the people that are ahead of me is just like, seriously.
Yeah, I had a look at the flyweights. The flyweights is what cracked me up the most. It's all over the place, man. And you'd think a website that big can hire some guys in the UK to focus on the UK. Hire 2 guys. I mean, Combat Sports UK is quite literally 2 guys doing the most of the gathering work. It's doable, man. Especially when you're making as much money as they are. That's wild to me. But man, so Conor, I had to ask because again, I pulled up the Tapology flyweight rankings just now. What do you think of the top of that flyweight division, man? It's pretty loaded. Joe Fields recently went full time.
Yeah.
Cowdrey's a stud. That's a division.
It's stacked. I think now, like, well, it's not stacked, but the level. I think there's about 5 of us. I think that's right. That's up there. You know what I mean? And I think the level is it's high now. And definitely, like, obviously, there are people that didn't know I fought Sean a few months ago, and people just see like how it went. Like he beat me in the 5th round with like how many seconds was it to go, Kurt? About 30,
20, something like that.
And you could arguably say I was 4 rounds up until that point. And unfortunately, I did get caught. He had me in like a triangle, but armbar, and like my elbow was about to pop. So it was no choice but to tap. And fair play to him. I'm not saying like he doesn't deserve it. Of course, you deserve it. If you're coming back from 4 rounds deep getting beaten, you come back and beat someone, shows you're in it for the right reason, innit? You know what I mean? But like people see that and just like out sort of underestimate me that I've been beat by him.
That experience will lead to you not doing it when you turn
go
pro.
back and watch the fight. If you think that, go back and watch the fight and you'll see a different side of it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what will lead to you not making the same slight mishap when you're pro. And that'll lead to, hey, you got a blimp on your amateur record, but 5 years from now, no one's going to be looking at your amateur record. You're going to be on to bigger and better things. That's a growing experience.
Yeah, it's especially my last fight. I come back to the corner, the last one on FCC, and it come to the 5th round, and I was 4 rounds off on that one. And the first thing I said to Kate's dad, I was like, "Don't worry, I'm not gonna get carried away here. I'm just staying concentrated on him." As soon as I touched gloves with him coming into the 5th round, I just took him down straight away and just mauled him. You know what I mean? I weren't taking no risks. I learned from my mistake the first time.
Did the job, man. All I gotta ask is that we get another walkout photo where you're looking like a gorilla, man. You're my favorite photo of all time. Is that walkout? I think is it from Almighty? Is it from FC? I'm not sure where it's from. But
Almighty.
When you got the arms pumped up, it is Almighty.
With the great t-shirt on.
Man, how is that not your profile picture and logo on everything?
Nah, have you seen the other one where I'm pointing at the camera?
No, I haven't. Oh.
That's a decent one, to be fair. He looks a good Connor, doesn't he?
You'll have to send it over. You'll have to send it over. I'll throw it on when we're talking about it right now. I'll throw it on in the edit.
Yeah. Well, I'll send it over.
Man, something tells me your gym is up and coming. You guys, it's the vibe. It seems like a family gym, and there's a lot of gyms in the UK that are like that. And I think that is the product of the amateur scene, right? Because in the States, we have nothing like that. We don't have EMMA, we don't have IMMAF, we don't have anything like that. You guys over there, though, at KC Fight Base, right? What goes into it? Because that is a smaller gym because of name value or name recognition. But you guys, you're in there every day. You guys are putting in the work, and it's a family of guys who are up and coming. And for what it's worth, in my opinion, a lot of guys that'll be high level pros coming out in the future. How is the environment over there?
When you train in the gym like that, like with Curtis know himself, like it doesn't feel like you're out of your place. I feel like I'm just at home when I go in there. I feel like I'm with everyone, you know what I mean? And even when new people come in, they don't get treated any different compared to what we get treated. Like the welcome straight away, you learn the same things, you know what I mean? And it's just that's why when I first come to KC, that's what happened to me. I come with a group of mates, and like we were like lunatics coming in there, and then I seen Kurtis and Charlie in the ring, and them two were like sparring, and I was just like, nah, I'm staying away from them two. But like,
the two of you,
when you
the
meet
two
them,
of you and Charlie would be. It just fits. You, Connor, Kurtis, Charlie, the three of you, the look, the vibe, the feel. I would kill to be in that gym occasionally, man.
That we have, and like the way it's coming through, you could I don't know if you've watched it because it's an English program, the Inbetweeners. That's what we are like.
Oh, that's my favorite show. I've watched it over so many times.
That's what we're like.
We've got Will here with his 4 belts.
Will. Oh, Will, your little brother, lad. So, like, when you come in the gym, obviously, like, everyone's just, like, terrorizing each other, and it just feels welcome. Like, obviously, you're going to get ripped no matter what, and if you can't.
That's hilarious. Everybody's terrorizing each other. It's so welcoming.
100%. And I'm telling you, if you're not on guard, you're going to get, you're getting terrored. Like, no matter where you are, even now, like, our group that we do, like, some of our mates don't do MMA, and that's okay. But, like, because they're around it so much, they've started to get intrigued a little bit. So they've started joining now, and like they're enjoying it, and they see our side of like how we enjoy things now. Because when you're looking on the outside perspective, it's hard to like understand what it is and how hard it is, and like what we have to do. Like everyone just sees, you've got an easy life. You're just like,
you just got to be tough, get hit a few times, and hit harder. That's what a lot of people see.
Yeah, it's just like at the end of the day, there's a lot to it. The support that we have around us, like between 3 of us, like through families and the friends and the gym, it's crazy. It is. It's mad. Like it is. That's why we are doing as well as we are doing. Obviously, Charlie has come across a few bumps in his road, but like what he's doing now, and he's going to get back on track. He'll be another little superstar coming through soon as well.
He's a stud. He's a stud. Nobody can say he's not a stud. And if you saw his last fight, I believe he actually won the fight of the night for the almighty fight he had with, was it Jack Dunleavy? I think it was Jack Dunleavy.
Yeah.
And the guy he just lost to, he's had two stumbles in his path recently, but the guy he just lost to, Jack Dunleavy, absolute stud as well out of Aspire. Aspire's a hell of a camp.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good gym. So, like, any one of you fighting from there, you know, you're going to get a good fight in, and it's going to be a good fight for you. I think I'm going to have, obviously, it's going to be the 10th amateur fight in June. And, like,
well, then up the question. Are we going to see 11? Let's make that the question, apparently.
If it's the right opponent and it's the right fight, like, I don't just want, like, I want top people, and I want, like, people who are coming up on the scene, and, like, someone who's knocking everyone out. Like, my last opponent, he was knocking everyone out. Do you know what I mean? And, like, other people, when they see on his Tapology record, TKO, KO, KO, and they're going to be like, I don't really think that's the right fight. That intrigues me, because I know they're coming up. So, like, they've got their own hype train, and I want to feel the hype coming from them.
How do we get Staines to take this fight, damn it?
I don't think that'll happen, unfortunately.
So matter of fact, man. 4 belts behind you. Hey, FCC's coming up. Featherweight. I don't see a battle arena belt behind you, though, man. I already got ideas. There's so many ideas. Let's fill the whole room with gold.
There's a plan, but, like, just I don't want to take a title fight against someone who's maybe got a E record or a negative record, or maybe like 6-5. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not going to be a good competition for me where I want the best.
That's legacy building. That's legacy building too.
Definitely. And obviously, look at the fights that were taken between 3 of us. Do you know what I mean? The whole hard fights. And when you see the fight poster come out, you think that's going to be a good fight. Do you know what I mean? You don't think, it's just all going to be one-sided. But when it does come to the fight and we prove that it is one-sided, I think it shocks everyone a little.
And that's what it is, because realistically, what happened in your last one, everyone was talking about the threats that he had, and on fight day, there weren't any. That's nothing to say to him, and even he's been very gracious in defeat. He's done nothing but point out how great you were. But man, I don't think anybody really realizes what you're bringing forward out there sometimes, because it's always, okay, that fight's down. We're gonna look at this next one, and we're gonna think, ooh, it's going to be so difficult. There's this, that, and the other. And come fight day, it's you all over again. That's what I truly think is going to happen. It's how does it feel knowing, hey, everyone's going to say things no matter what? Does it make it a little more sweet for you in the end, just knowing the level you're at and what you're going to throw out there?
Yeah, definitely. Because and I think on that night I proved more than just one point, because obviously there was a lot of there was this, like, a lot of people talking shit, and pardon my French, but a lot of people talking.
You can say whatever you want.
And, like, it's like trying to underestimate me a little bit. And, like, when I went out there, done what I'd done, I'd come back straight away and finish my other 4 rounds that I had. I went in for 3 rounds. Obviously, I got that first round finish. I come back to the back, and even Connor said, "What are you doing?" You know what I mean?
I saw Snapchat stories. What the hell was going on? He got out of his fight, and then I was looking. I was like, wait, why is he warming up?
Yeah, I went on.
I walked in with a bucket and I looked at him, and I went to that other mate, Jake, and I just went, what's he doing? Like that. And he was like, I don't know.
Yeah, so I felt like my mentality was, like, strong, and I had to prove another point. So to prove another point to a certain someone in the changes that, listen, there's levels to this. Do you know what I mean? And, like,
you wanna drop names to about a certain somebody in the changing room?
Doesn't need to be, because he's left now. He's gone. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't need to be. But, like, obviously the point has been proven, and it just showed me level. But, like, it's all through hard work. Like, we're training like professionals, and we're doing probably more than professionals are. I've only ever seen another person, Brendan Loughlane, who trains as hard as us. You know what I mean? Obviously, he is a freak, how hard he trains. And I think that drives us to train a little bit more harder than we do already.
Funny enough, I think you and Brendan would get along just fine. I've spoken with Brendan quite a few times, and you guys have a very vibe.
Brendan knows Brendan like a lot. Well, they did a lot closer, didn't you? And then they were out to Dubai, and that's how we got out of there, because Conor was like, listen, we want to come over. So we spent 3-4 months in Dubai with Brendan, and we're actually quite now, aren't we?
Connor,
Yeah.
when do we see the belts behind you, man? We see Kurtis's. Where are yours? Where are yours at? Let's get the design going.
There's one there, and then the other's sitting in FCC, getting ready
The
to be tough.
I love that, man. That you're giving yourself a plug right there.
No,
Oh.
yeah, haven't I? And then hopefully another one come 25th.
Come the 25th. We hope so. I hope so. Realistically, working with FCC and seeing this card come together, it's special, man. A lot of big changes coming over there. I'm not gonna leak too much there. Anybody who sees the social media pages on FCC knows there's a lot of changes going on there, man. But I wanted to switch gears a little bit. Talk some UFC. Not too much, but looks like they're going to Liverpool. That's what everybody's saying. I don't understand where they have the event. Where did they go?
I think it's London.
Yeah, I've been told London as well.
Yeah. So why are people rumoring Liverpool? Even major accounts.
But possibly it could be like a week, like maybe 1 week London, the next week Liverpool. There's been like slight rumours like that. But if you look at I posted it on my Instagram today, that Joe Crow Buckley or something called out Till, and Till says UFC London in July. Should we fight there? So like there's a little...
Yeah, I didn't hear that in the back and forth.
Yeah, and then obviously that goes, who is that guy, and starts from them saying he allows him a fight. Oh, that's fun.
What was funnier to me was Till's response. I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to see it in Liverpool, but if you go to Liverpool and you put Paddy in the main event, where do you go? I don't think the UFC does a stadium now. Yeah, I think they could sell out a stadium, but I really don't think they do a stadium.
I think it would probably be in the MS Bank Arena.
It's only 20,000, like not even 20,000 though, is it?
Yeah, but like,
and they done that in the O2, in O2 London. What did they do in O2 London? They done a lot more than 20,000, didn't he?
I'll pull that up.
I think they did anyway.
I think so.
I don't know what the Echo is. The Echo's not much though.
I think the Echo's 16.
UFC London attendance was 17,080 people were there.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
I think the Echo's 16, or it might be a little bit less. 12, 16.
Echo at the O2 attendance. O2's capacity is generally considered to be 20,000, but this figure fluctuates. MMA events can seat a little bit less just because of the size of the cage and the areas that they need. I'm seeing UFC London had 17,000, but I'm not finding anything of the O2. So I'm just gonna trust you guys.
I think that it's called the
M&S Bank Arena.
That's the bill.
Let's see what the numbers are on that. 11,000.
Yeah,
see, there's no way they could do that.
But they saw that until for Wonderboy, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but realistically, Till took over, right? He did take over, but that was nothing like Paddy. Paddy is like, even the UFC, you've got to assume they're only going back to the UK so quickly because they want Paddy to basically only be fighting over there.
Yeah, definitely, because he's probably pulling a lot of numbers in because he's like the new kid on the block, do you know what I mean? And he can talk.
Well, he's also a little pretty. He's got hair similar to you, man. Let's set the seeds for that in the future.
He looks. I wouldn't say in the mirror. I think my hair's definitely up there, but he looks like Jay off the Inbetweeners, doesn't he?
Yeah. Jay from the Inbetweeners is the absolute perfect nickname for his personality too. Jay is a hilarious character to anyone who hasn't seen. None of my friends in the States have seen it, man. I'm telling you, it just fits that I'm on UK time. Doesn't fit for my sleeping schedule, but it fits for my regular life.
Yeah, it is.
What time is it there now?
8 a.m.
Is it?
Yeah, it's 8:40, 8:48.
That is early.
You should see it. I'm usually up at about 11 p.m. That's my wake up time. I sleep from about 7 to 10, 10:30, and then I'm up. But it is what it is. You got to sacrifice to get there, right? You guys are in the gym a lot longer than other people could have ever imagined it. If I plan on getting where I got to be, I gotta work harder than everyone else too, right?
Definitely.
Right.
But man, I wanted to ask. So realistically, you go into FCC in June. That's going to be a fun preparation, a fun summer event, right? After that, is there any chance you guys just slow down a little bit? Kurtis, you just had your fight at Blanket Almighty. Sorry about that. Very, very recently, right? Now you jump right into one in June. You did say you need the right opponent, and it's hard for you to find opponents. So could you be in for a nice little summer break? And Connor, what is your summer looking like also after FCC?
I don't know, because like even once I can't say summer break because we still do activities outside of it, you know what I mean? And like we're still always active and I'll never stop training. So like I was supposed to.
Yeah, but it's a bit different than having to cut weight and being in a full camp, right?
Yeah, I suppose so. Like I was supposed to, after this fight, I was supposed to have quite a long break because I'm still getting over injuries and like I've only just healed from them. So I was gonna have a long break and just have a little chill, but like I can't not take fights when they're getting offered to me like that. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the fights that I want, so I could not take it. So I think maybe still active if it's the right fights for summer.
Connor, what's your summer looking like?
Yeah, pretty much the same. Just take the right fights and stuff like that. Like I didn't know I was even going to be fighting for the bantamweight title, to be honest. And while I was camping, I just got a message saying about it, and obviously who the opponent was, Tom. And like I'd fight anyone, I'm not bothered. But as soon as you get offered the bantamweight title, you're not going to say no, are you?
Well, you can't. Why? If you did, it would not only paint you in the wrong light, but then it kills your competitive flows. There's no way that when you hear, hey, this is a title fight, you don't instantly just stand up and say, it's time to get back to the gym.
No, to be fair, I was at Litty at camping for that weekend, but I'm never out the gym. Like I was saying, we're literally never out the gym. We train all year round, so I'm always ready to take fights. But to be honest, I got offered a fight on Almighty, but we both did. It was like they tried to offer us like 5 weeks away, I think it was. But like you don't offer, so I don't think you'd offer someone 5 weeks away. You know what I mean, for a fight.
Especially as well when before the fights it was all getting booked that it would have been around then, and then they get cancellations and they say no. Do you know what I mean? And then as soon as you fought and you just finished your camp, it's like, go ahead, all right, we'll do it now.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a lot of, I don't know, it's not right. And as coaches and other fighters, they should know that.
Well, realistically, man, I think a lot of the people that are approaching do know. It's just a matter of sometimes when you need something, it's easier to push. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. It's a little sly technique.
It gets a little sly, man. It gets a little sly behind closed doors. But what do you guys clearly prefer to go into the same events together, right? How many fights or how many cards have you guys fought on together? Do you know? Do you remember?
Done FCC twice, haven't we?
We've been on 3 cards now together.
Yeah, 3 cards.
FCC and you could say UKFC, but I was Saturday and you was Sunday.
Yeah, it was the same weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I would count that if it's in the same spot that you're training together. You're probably cornering each other even.
Yeah. So it was besides like kid shows, we were on a lot, like, well, not kids, like junior shows when we were younger. We were on a lot of them together, but like for the proper amateur, it's only been.
Man, Connor, when you look at Kurtis's belts, which one of them look prettiest? I have a feling I know your answer. The one that's going home with you.
Yeah, well, I've got one of them FCC ones. I feel like the Almighty brings out with a little bit of blue on it. I like the blue on it. Yeah, I think
I
that's
like the dual
UKFC's. UKFCs are lovely. I think the old one's better than the new one though. You see the top one?
Yeah, I see it. It looks the top one looks a bit like the old wrestling belts that and they
Yeah,
those
it's like old look. It's nice.
They're the real money though, the pink shorts.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna buy you a little Pink Panther logo and just have it put right in that slot below the pink. Man, those belts are usually. I have a big issue with regional promotions. The belts they have, the UK scene, they're all beautiful. I can't think of one that's ugly. The UKFC ones. I agree with Connor. To be honest with you, that top one looks fantastic. There's just something about it.
Nice in a kit.
Yeah, the top one's nice, like proper old, but like this one's quite pretty. But I think
I move around right now. He's gonna tap on everything, slide around, roll around. Yeah, look at the belts. Look at the gold right here.
the top one's my favorite. I think just purely because like what I went through to get it. But I think this one looks the nicest.
And then the two in the middle, I won this way and that way. And then if you look at the four right here, you'll see 4 championship belts. I'm Kurtis Campbell, the Pink Panther.
Yeah, well, this one obviously. Well, this one. That one made history and did it in MMA. So did this one because no one's ever done 3 or 4 belts the way I've done them before. So I think each one of them in their own sense of like a meaning to me. But like I think the top one is so definite.
After June, how many title fights is that and how long?
It'll be 11 months, 5 title fights, but 6 fights.
That's a hell of a year.
It is.
Connor, how is prep? How you've seen his prep for all of this? You say you're in the gym year round. How have you, on the outside looking in, seen the prep? What does it look like to you? Because to him, obviously, he's in the middle of the chaos. It's a little different. From the outside looking in, what does it look like to you, to Charlie, to the guys around, and eventually we have to get the big Campbell in here and see what he has to say about you, man.
Yeah, so it's like I've never seen anyone like him. I really haven't, and that I'm not just saying it because he's my mate. But you could ask anyone that watches and spar. Like sometimes, you know, when me and Charlie like sit out and we watch for like a round or something, we're out the same. We like talk about everything that he does. I learn from him every time he spars, and I'll always learn off him. Like even that's just how many belts he's got there. That's like it just shows how good he is, doesn't it? And when you watch him in the gym, it's like no different. He works hard, gets his head down. Maybe a bit cocky now and again. He might have to get told, but you know, he is good. I'm only messing.
You can only sometimes it's cocky, sometimes it's confident, sometimes it's a little bit of both, and you can't tell until a little down the line. But with you, I don't sense too much cockiness. I sense confidence.
No, it's confident when it's like, because obviously outside the gym, the 3 of us, we are like brothers, but like Connor is the worst for it. He knows how to wind me up, and I know how to wind him up. So we like got a good relationship outside of it. So like when it's that time, and like say me and Connor are going together because we have a round together, it's like we won't touch gloves at all. Like we'll snarl, we'll point. And like say I throw a hook and I miss it, it's like Connor does this little thing, get with me. So we're always catching each other out. So it's like we're always. I'm very competitive, and yeah,
all of us are, aren't we? We all are competitive. Like in our strength and conditioning, if we do like conditioning, you know, where like let's say like it's like sprinting or something like that, it'll always be competitive to win. Even okay, it wins every time, but you know, we like
Kurtis' strides are a little too damn long to get into races with the guy.
Nah, listen. Unless it's long running, there's no beating Charlie Balmer.
No. He can do like 5K in like, what was it, 17 minutes, something like that.
Well, he's a creature.
Yeah, he's the creature.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. Something tells me that we're gonna have Connor in here quite a bit, Charlie in here quite a bit. That the Pink Yank podcast is gonna quickly turn into an ensemble of characters, man. For now, realistically, there's not too much to go over here. We had to get it announced. We had to get this recorded. We're going to come at least once a week. Kurtis said maybe 2, maybe 3, depending on what there is, man. There's something to talk about. Trust me, we'll be talking. The back and forth is fantastic. But Kurtis, you can find Kurtis on Instagram at Kurtis Campbell 12, I believe.
Yeah. And like also when we're on here, say a new UFC fight or something else gets announced by the UFC or a lot of different cards like Bellator and stuff like that, definitely jump on and talk about it.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking everything, literally everything, man, and quite a bit of it. It's gonna be nice to get some content out there. It's gonna be nice to get you on the mic beforehand and really get your name out there because again, this UK scene's about to pop, and something tells me 10 years from now, quite a few UK guys will be in the UFC rankings. Connor, let everyone know where to find you as well because man, you've been spectacular. You've earned a little paycheck. If there was a paycheck, you would have earned yourself one today.
To be honest, I don't even know my Instagram. You know,
just search Connor Walsh. Damn it.
Yeah,
Is it?
just Connor Walsh. I don't know what the rest is on there, and yeah, just shout out to all my sponsors, Legends.
Yeah, go ahead.
And they're all on my Instagram, all on my bio. There's so many, I don't want to miss them out.
On behalf of Combat Sports UK, I'm Jendo. That's Kurtis the Pink Panther Campbell. That's Connor Walsh. 2 title fights at FCC 29. We'll see you in June.
Conceive, believe, achieve.
This is former UFC middleweight champion of the world, Michael Bisping.
Paddy the Baddy here. You're listening to Combat Sports UK.
And you're watching Combat Sports UK.